Okay, this is my audience. Everyone goes to college hoping to find something they love to do. They also hope to be appreciated and paid what they deserve. Once they enter the real world and begin their new job, they want to enjoy what they're doing. Becoming a teacher is a very long process and can be super time consuming. Most teachers have the passion for their job and dedicate a lot of time. It is stated in schools of thought that good teachers are needed in the lives of students in order to succeed. Teachers need a better pay for what they do if they want to see progress in the students' lives. Teachers need a lot more pay compared to other jobs because of what they do. They care for each student individually and as a group. Teachers spend a lot of time working inside school during hours. They have to teach, prepare lessons, prepare field trips, run field trips, and also supervise every child. Teaching can be super hard because some students learn at different levels than other students, and so they have to focus on one student, but also they have to focus on different groups of students. Preparing lessons can be very hard because there's different kinds of things you have to prepare. Different activities, study guides, worksheets, tests, and all sorts of things like that. Field trips are the hardest thing to prepare, and they're required for each teacher to have. Preparing field trips can be hard because you have to get all the sheets signed. Also, you have to get money. You have to figure out which student has paid and which student hasn't. Then you have to talk to the place. So if you're going to an art exhibit, you have to talk to the art exhibit and make sure that you get all of the details for that and make sure the date is okay. And then you have to book the bus. Also, you have to supervise every child on the field trip. So you have to make sure every child is okay and every child gets on the bus, going to the field trip, and also arrives home safely. Inside school after hours can be tough too. You have to be a tutor to all your children if they need help. Sometimes they need help because they don't understand the material. So you have to tutor each child either individually or also in a group. Tutoring can be very tough because it's hard for some students to learn, so you have to make sure they understand everything. They also have to prepare lessons, prepare different field trips, and also grade. Grading is one of the hardest things for a teacher because there's so much information to grade. You have to grade different quizzes, different tests, different worksheets, study guides, and different things like that. Also, you have to make sure you get it right. So if you accidentally do it wrong, grade a worksheet wrong, then the students can get very upset. So you have to make sure your head is in the paper and you have to figure out that you're making right marks on the paper. Also, outside school after hours, such as like a coffee shop or even at their own home. They have to prepare more lessons, prepare field trips, and also they have to grade different study guides and all of that material. Grading takes probably the most time for a teacher and is the hardest work. Teachers use a lot of their own money because there isn't enough funds for everything, such as activities, different board games, computer games, outdoor games, and holiday crafts. Board games are needed for educational reasons and also for free time for the children. Computer games can be very educational as well. They also can be for fun. Outdoor games such as jump rope or kickballs, soccer balls, different kind of things like that. And holiday crafts for the holidays. Supplies is very needed in classrooms also. A lot of kids come to school on the first day of school and don't have any supplies. So teachers have to find money out of their funds to get some of that, such as paper, paint brushes, glue, crayons, markers, notebooks, folders, and binders. A lot of students don't have those things, so teachers have to find money out of their own wallet and provide for each student. Also, academic helpers such as stickers, organizers for around the classroom, calendars, and an easel. All these other things are needed in a classroom to make it easier for the teacher to teach and also for the students to learn. Teachers become physically tired and emotionally stressed. They become physically tired because they do not have enough sleep. They have to wake up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock for some teachers, depending on which district they're in, and then they have to work until school closes, and then they have all the after hours, grading, planning, Sometimes they don't get to bed till midnight, which only gives them 6 hours of sleep, and that's definitely not enough. Also, there's sometimes too many students with not enough help. Too many students in the classroom for one teacher. Sometimes teachers have to have 35 students for one teacher, no help at all. Also, there's too much work. For all the 35 students, there's 35 assignments, 35 tests, worksheets, packets, study guides that have to be graded by that one teacher. They become emotionally stressed because they're worried about the outside lives of each student. So if their parents are being kind to them, or if they're having difficulties being homeless, different things like that. So the teacher worries about whether or not they're getting the care, love, and supervision that they need. Also undisciplined children, because a lot of children don't get disciplined at home, so then they come to school and think they're funny and do rude stuff that the teacher can't control. Strict state guidelines for punishment is also a struggle, because teachers can't punish the child as well as they need to in order for them to behave the next moment, so they keep doing their things that they do without control. If a child comes to school and is very undisciplined, then the teacher has a very hard time controlling the student and figuring it out. So today I've discussed why teachers should be paid more. Teachers do so much for our communities and deserve to be paid fairly. There are other jobs that pay higher and people do a lot less work. Teachers need to be noticed for what they do, and they need to be paid with respect. They are very caring people and truly love their job. They put so much time and effort into the work they do, into all the planning, to all the fun activities for the kids, to make it a good experience and to make every child learn. Without teachers, our world could truly fall apart. No one would learn the stuff that is taught daily in our schools today. Teachers are very passionate people and deserve to be paid at a higher rate. They deserve to have more responsibility